Can't even see the dang ball.
First one's out of the way. Mayo. There goes the lead line from Mayo. The point line Mayo is 18-16.
was using that one.
That's the Mayo offense. Little guy on the ground.
I know.
You'll be able to.
On the inside, where's Thumbs?
53, Chad Day is second. Team quarter.
Smith at the free throw line gets caught up. It is 31-29. Mayo's got these free throws. 37 seconds. What's number 4 if we get a technical problem? Sort of straight out. Mayo by 3 with the ball. Rest of it. and 5 just getting out here. Last year, they were last in the Big Ten from the free throw line. This year, they're first, primarily with the same unit.
And they're also the only team in the Big Ten shooting over 50% from the field.
Now you see them back in that little bit of a zone defense.
Baseliner short. 5-7, really saved the breakaway basket. Taylor. Oh.
A little extra elevation on that shot. He went up and it was to be blocked, and somewhere he put it in extra gear.
That put everybody here into an extra gear.
That was a Chris Webber type elevation there.
Corner, Weathers 2. Then they move it to 3 now.
Weathers had a good day in practice yesterday, and I thought it was interesting when he was acting as a Michigan player. He scored a number of times, and Judge said, hey, stop shooting the ball. You know, we're trying to see what the offense looks like. There you see the matchup. Out of the 2-3 set. And you can see that Michigan's trying to figure out just exactly what defense is being played.
Taylor outside. Baston. And in the act of shooting. Thunderous dunk by Mo Taylor.
Well, you see right here, he goes up. It looks like it's going to get blocked, and then he just elevated a little bit further.
And hesitated
and then brought it down. Sensational play by a man that was the number 3 man in the voting for Mr. Basketball in Michigan. And turns out to be turning it on the other 2 so far as a freshman recruit.
Well, the other 2 are teammates here,
right.
Willie Mitchell and Travis Conlon. Meanwhile, a foul called against Quentin Brooks, his first. That'll send Baston to the line for a couple. Respert after a quick blow back into the game. 2 freshmen will be checking in after this free throw for Michigan.
One of the great stats on the year is this young man. He's got 20 turnovers and no assists.
22 turnovers. No assists.
You know, it's a guy, and let me introduce you to a couple of the teammates. You just get 1, you know, on the year. You wouldn't want to be shut out in the assist category.
Travis Conlon, number 10. In the lineup for Dugan Fife, who sits with 5 points and 2 rebounds. And in for the shooter, another freshman from Mississippi, the National High School Player of the Year in 1994, Gerard Ward.
Now we see almost a Fab 5 out there, Jim.
Yeah,
with
4 of them.
Yep, with the exception of Ray Jackson, 4 freshmen on the floor now for Michigan. So people wondered why they started out a little slow. Pretty difficult to expect them to excel right off the bat. Back to the 1-4 set. Mike tried to go backdoor for the lob. It wasn't there. Okay, Respert has his hands full against 2 tough defenders today. Jackson stays right with him.
Under 10 on the shot clock. Snow to the baseline. Jumper for Babea.
Nice penetration by Snow. He's really developed into an effective, more than effective, an all-conference performer in the backcourt.
Willie Mitchell.
But they're not playing like freshmen.
Foul called on Conlon.
And that's what Snow does so effectively. He puts the ball down on the floor. He's 6'3", extremely powerful, great quickness and ball dexterity, so he can go by you on the break, and that's what pushes the ball up the floor so well for Judd's team.
Well, the jumper by the freshman Willie Mitchell gives Michigan the lead by 2.
Look, it's a gold card. Sure, no card on the planet is more useful, but it can't grant you inner peace. Well, I don't know. I mean, you could use it to go someplace where your only action would be one of non-action, which is pretty peaceful. And if you let Master Guest arrange your vacation, you'd save 20 to 40%, plus another $100 if you book by April 30th. And saving money might be the path of true wisdom. So I guess Gold MasterCard could help you see the light. Just remember to wear your sunscreen. Gold MasterCard, it's more than a gold card, it's smart money. Look for your Gold MasterCard application and apply.
Gillette introduces the next revolution in shaving closeness. microfins. And they're only on the new Sensor XL. These microfins precede the blades. As Sensor XL's spring-mounted blades adjust to your face, these soft, flexible fins gently stretch your skin, so your beard stands up for the closest, most comfortable shave. Get closer than ever before. Get the new Gillette Sensor XL.
You always had dreams, big dreams, 18-room Castle in the Sand dreams. Hey, you were gonna pitch Game 7 of the big series, remember? You were gonna frug with the Go-Go Girls on Hullabaloo. Yeah. You were gonna learn bar chords and jam with Blue Oyster Cult. Dreams. Dreams are what drive us. But sometimes life is good. You get to drive your dream.
Connecticut's women's basketball team is #1 in the country. The men are #2. They both battle Kansas next Saturday on CBS.
Well, Weber's contract has been reworked in its second year, but you see the fabulous wealthy five have left Michigan to the total of $124 million and .6. A little change.
Well, you know, Jim, there's a lot of controversy right now about should athletes be paid in college. Look at all that they do for the universities, and obviously those three young men were very critical to Michigan's basketball program. But it's not like the program didn't do something to create a maturation process for them and a marketing process whereby they became incredible marketing tools for themselves and for their family, and rightfully so. So I think it's a win-win situation all the way around.
You are opposed to paying players.
Well, I think that it is politically, it may sound like something that makes sense, but legally it cannot be done because of Title IX, because you'd have to pay everybody, and there just is not the money that people think that's available to go ahead and pay individual players. And what are we going to have? Oh, what we're going to have there is a lob pass for a dunk.
Eric Snow. Want to finish that thought?
Yeah, what you're going to have is you're going to have a bidding war situation. It just won't make any sense at all. I wouldn't mind debating that point with the people that are saying it's politically correct to pay the key player.
Taylor almost had it blocked. Out to Fike.
Don't you love the way he pushes the ball down the floor? He's got the strength to be able to finish, so when he's putting it on the floor, he's looking at somebody to pass to, particularly Rashford out in the wings, but he's capable of taking it all the way down the hole as he did there.
Willie Mitchell, that's a 2 on the line. This game is tied, and Rashford, averaging over 25 a game, has not scored. He's missed his only attempt from the field.
Jim, credit that to Michigan defense. Two outstanding individual defenders. King and Jackson. When King went out a little bit, Jackson was on him. So he just is not getting good looks at the basket.
Another lob. Kicking it back out to Bethea. Ward way up for a rebound.
You just have to believe that Gerard Ward's going to start to explode on this team. He's probably the one having the most difficult time adjusting to the college game, but he sure has a lot of potential.
Misfiring on a three, and Mitchell from behind gets a tie-up situation. The arrow belongs to the Spartans.
And you got to figure, Jim, by February, this is going to be a very deep team. You know, not only the starting five, but then you talk about the 4 remaining freshmen at the right kind of positions. It'd be difficult for him to be in any kind of foul trouble and not to be real fresh at the end of ball games.
Taylor sits. McIntyre Njai replaces him. Brooks gets a blow. Or Brooks back from a blow and into the lineup for Michigan State.
Good job by Ward. Rashford just cannot get free to get a look for that jump shot.
Traveling. We talked about the doubleheader next Saturday. We also have one on Sunday. St. John's back here at Chrysler Arena, Michigan in action. And Billy will be at Arkansas for Kentucky and Arkansas, 2 top 10 teams from Walton Arena.
But Kylan he really better be careful with that dribble. Respert's eyeing him up for the steal.
Back to the rim for King. Foul called against Ward.
Yeah, Ward on a little bit of a push-off, but you see right there his explosive ability to go up for not only the rebound but the putback.
18 all, 8:54 remaining in the first half. Sean Respert has not scored.
Jimmy King understanding exactly where he's trying to go in the screens, beautifully fighting himself over the top, taking away the passing lanes. Good help by Conlon.
Michigan State really trying to set up Respert with picks and all, but just nothing there. Snow with under
Fight was
5
open.
on the shot clock.
Fight was open for 20 seconds. They couldn't get him the ball.
Brooks hits the 3, though. 7 for Brooks.
A good cut without the ball by Jimmy King. Nobody getting it back.
Three-pointer Mitchell. Ward keeps it alive.
How do you like those hands?
Pretty impressive.
He's got a great set of legs, good upper body strength. Well, when you remember some of the earlier games that Michigan played this year where they were completely out of sync.
Like against Penn right here.
It really is nice to see how they've developed.
King again missing from long range. Garavalia with the rebound. Spartans have a 3-point lead. Fight.
Well, he didn't get the pass when he was open, so he decides to step outside. Has really come on as a basketball player when you look about his earlier days on his Michigan State team. Really developed into a solid performer. You have to think if you're Michigan State with the lead and Respert not having scored, pretty solid shape.
Ward on the 3. Michigan ball. Now they have shut down the Big Ten's leading scorer, but no matter, the Spartans have the lead by 5.
The AT&T Pebble Beach National Pro-Am on CBS.
Snow will be increasing throughout the metro area. Heavy thunderstorms with possible strong winds and hail will be moving to the east.
When you want to do it yourself, but you don't want to be under the weather, let Jiffy Lube change your oil with Pennzoil. Jiffy Lube, the world's most experienced oil changers. That's why if it doesn't say Jiffy Lube, it just isn't Jiffy Lube.
Control is everything. And once you got it, everything else just falls in place.
Pert Plus, one smart shampoo, control-enhancing conditioners.
It just works. My hair does what I want. That's enough for me.
During my last physical, I asked my doctor to recommend something for a headache. He said 2 Advil relieve tough headache pain better than 2 extra-strength Tylenol gel caps. For my tough headaches, Advil just works better. Nothing's been proven to last longer than Advil.
Oh, my son, the graduate.
So, Nikki, any plans now that high school's over?
You know, it's gonna work for me. Not if you're smart.
You know what I think you should do? Stay close to home.
You got plenty of time to work. Take the first thing that comes along, Nick.
Give Anthony a call.
So what are you gonna do? Well,
I'm gonna study nuclear propulsion or satellite navigation.
in the Navy.
Oh, great.
Way to go, Nikki. For more information on the high-tech skills that can help launch a career, call 1-800-USA-NAVY.
The all-new Mazda Protege has more room than any car in its class. But what class is it? After all, it has more room inside than a Honda Civic, more room than a Nissan Altima, even more than a 5 Series BMW. So what class would you guess the new Protege is in? Well, here's a hint. The all-new Mazda Protege. There's a surprise in every package.
When Michigan State shoots at least 50% from the field, they're 9-0 this season. And up over 50 right now with a 5-point lead. Fife with 5 for Michigan. Double his average.
Jim, when you think of this Michigan club, and again, you look up there at the scoreboard, down 5 with Respert not on the board with any points, have to make you a little bit nervous. But probably what turned it for this club, when it might have gone in the other direction with such a young team, was that huge win in overtime against Iowa. An Iowa team that was rolling along beautifully, and now they just can't seem to get over those 1-point losses.
Yeah, the 1-point bug.
Yep.
Number 12 in for Michigan State, Andy Pinnock, the well-traveled Andy Pinnock.
Now there's that 1-2-2 type matchup zone Michigan State employing now.
A pass, got it in there. Ward had 2 players around him.
He has some hands. And you can't teach that. It's kind of like size. You know, a guy either's got them or he doesn't have them.
Brooks up high. Almost got the softball. Ray Jackson skying for a board and a foul against Fife.
Jim, what's interesting to me right here is it looks like Michigan State has accepted the fact, which I don't think is a good idea, that King is going to be able to go ahead and shield and shadow Respert, so they're going to everybody else in their offense. And if you look down on their offensive sets, they really don't have a lot of scoring after you get by Respert and Snow. We're not talking about a team here with 5 or 6 guys who are figured scores.
That's something you wouldn't have seen last year. Maktar Njai from just inside the arc.
Well, that's something you wouldn't see this year either, because that's his first.
That was just inside the arc. But he doesn't shoot that jumper. Last year we saw him try it a few times. Yep. It was way off the mark. Pinnock 3.
See, again, going away from their strength. Pinnock, though, a pretty good outside shooter, but still haven't figured out a way to get Respert the ball. Push off.
Yep, against Michigan State. Point against Quentin Brooks, the call. Next, CBS Eye on Sports goes to Wingen, Switzerland. World Cup superstars Tommy Moe and A.J. Kitt take on the world's toughest downhill courses. Plus Torvill and Dean, Katarina, Christie, among the stars from the Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance World Team Skating Championships.
And maybe somebody told Jimmy King that Sean Respert could move past Kazi Russell in this particular game. He said, no, he's not going to do it in the house that Kazi built.
That's right. 15 minutes into the game, I'm amazed.
Yep. There they are, changing back now. Traditional man-to-man.
Jackson. And King brings it back out.
Ray, Jackson, Jimmy King, very experienced, good rebounders when they get on the inside, even though they're asked sometimes to play in the backcourt. Solid screen by Ward.
Jackson driving short. Ward on it for a moment. And a travel. Ward smothered the ball handler, Bethea.
Jim, I'm going to make a prediction that with a little bit more playing time and one explosive game, Ward is going to become a star.
And that means by March then.
Yeah, I really think so, because he's now starting to get aggressive into the basket instead of playing on the perimeter.
Right. He now has 8. He can make them in bunches. In a game earlier against Illinois, he made 3 threes in a 1-minute span.
I think it's time, getting down under 4 minutes here, for Michigan State to figure out how to get Respert the ball and some looks at the basket. Yep. Nice switch by Fife.
Yep. Brooks to the line for a couple. Ward whistled for his second.
I mean, when you have a scorer of this magnitude, 5th in the nation right now, leading the Big Ten, second leading scorer in the Big Ten last year behind the great Glenn Robinson, you got to figure out a way to get him off the snide.
Quentin Brooks will shoot a couple, junior from Akron, Ohio. averaging 10 a game. He has 7 already.
Big game against Louisville, which tells you a little bit. There's a team, Jim, that's struggling since we had them against Kentucky, where they had a
their
huge
finest
win.
moment.
Yep. Brooks had 17 against Louisville. He's had 2 double-double games so far this year.
Had 1 against Michigan last year. 10 points and 14 rebounds in a game against the Wolverines. 2 free throws by Brooks here. Ties it. Under 4 minutes to go first half.
When something fresh comes into your life at the exact moment you're ready for it, it's not coincidence. Aurora by Oldsmobile. See what happens when you demand better? Aurora.
Mon disque dur est plein. Oh, il faut que j'archive 500 MB ou je suis fichu.
Oh, ça, c'est embêtant. J'ai entendu dire qu'il travaillait sur un nouveau procédé laser pour stocker de l'information.
Le laser? Qui fait ça?
Ah, IBM. Oui, IBM. Ils disent même qu'on pourra stocker 10 fois plus de données.
Oh, c'est incroyable.
You've got customers who demand, information to command, and competition to withstand. So how's your business to expand?
Here's how. Sprint Business introduces Real Solutions, a top-to-bottom action plan that shows where your business stands versus the competition and offers communication solutions to help your business grow. And it's all free. Call now for Real Solutions. 1-800-816-REAL. Only from Sprint Business.
Contact wrote a book on cold medicine, then added this chapter. Contact Day and Night. Day caplets for non-drowsy cold relief. Night caplets to relieve your symptoms to let you rest. Contact Day and Night. The right medicine at the right time.
Brewed by Deep Blue by Fabergé, the essence of man.
I'm Andrea Joyce in New York. Coming up on Pennzoil at the Half, the latest scores and highlights. Retiring Spartans coach Judd Heathcote looks back and will track down his counterpart in that 1979 championship game. Right now, let's go back to courtside.
All right, thank you, Andrea. A Michigan graduate, I might add. It's Sean Respert. 56 games since he last failed to score in double figures. In that game in February of '93, had 7 against Michigan. In fact, Jimmy King guarding him that day.
Jim, to put it in perspective as to how consistent Respert has been as a scorer, when Snow scored 21 against Northwestern last week, it was the first time in 28 games. Not only forget about what he scored, he was the high scorer for their team in 28 straight games up to that point.
Till Snow broke the streak.
Yes, he did.
Averages also 16 shots per game. So far, only 1 attempt.
Well, what I like about him, however, as an individual, is the fact that he is not forcing anything himself. He's given solid defensive performance. He's not frustrated at all in regard to not touching it.
No, you never know if the guy has 20 already. He's been on the floor a couple of times for some loose balls.
Right, you like that type of attitude. But I still think it's really critical for them to figure out, maybe even to let him do it off the dribble from the top of the key.
Taylor called for the foul.
Oklahoma State coming back from last week. Florida, tough loss to Villanova that had the big win today against Georgetown. Tell you, every place around the country, Jim, and just every conference just seems to be having great games this year. And a little salute to UCLA and probably what is the finest breakthrough in any of the major conferences this year. Winning both on the road this week against Arizona and Arizona State. Terrific job by the Bruins.
Front end of the 1-and-1 drops for Fike. But a big year for that conference out there.
Oh, terrific. 6-7 teams the NCAA tournament this year, all of which look like they can beat people.
27-25, Michigan State.
Move the defense out a little bit further. Oh!
Pike kept control of it.
Here comes Snow. Look at him explode.
Wow, what a rejection. It was King and Jackson.
They shook hands on the block. I'm not so sure they didn't both block that ball.
Oh, we have an injury. Ward limping. Fabulous by these two.
Because Snow really elevated, got fouled before the block. Let's see if they don't both touch it at the same time. Look at their hands crossing there. I think what we have in regard to Gerard Ward is a cramp. And there you see, he got fouled on the shot. Pike, without question, fouled him. But there was the block by the two seniors. You see Ward over there. Can't get the leg straightened out.
He was providing Michigan with some good minutes here today.
He was.
Ray Jackson will help him off the floor.
Nice leadership by Ray going over there as the senior. You can imagine what it was like for Jackson and Jimmy King being the remaining part of the Fab Five, still here at school, knowing what their former partners were up to, and then having to take on and embrace this new group of freshmen.
Ray says that a key motivation this season for him is not to let down his fabulous ex-classmates. We know those are watching. Taylor comes back and drops with a chance for a three-point play.
Well, Respert did a fine job, but Taylor with the strong hands. He reminds Steve Fisher, and we asked him yesterday talking about it, is he like Juwan Howard? He said no, more like Lloyd Vaught, another outstanding player, a former player from the University of Michigan. And he has had some outstanding games so far, Jim, in regard to, 23 against Northwestern, 21 and 10 against Arizona State, 23 and 10 against Iowa. Those are big numbers.
This is a guy, Taylor, who really didn't start playing hoops until his sophomore year in high school. He wanted to be an NFL quarterback. He outgrew his dream of one day being like Randall Cunningham, his all-time favorite athlete.
One of those summers where he's growing like a weed, as they say, and grew 5 inches. Nice pass.
Respert bypassing the shot. Gave it up, set up his teammate, but it doesn't go.
That shows you a little bit there, though. He could have taken the jumper.
Yeah, could have forced one. Jackson toe on the line. That's a two. And Jackson backs that right foot up about 2 inches. He had a three.
Beautiful pump fake, but nice help that time by Fife.
Ahead to King. King with Snow flying through, and rebound by Buffet. Respert way out. Three.
And he looks over at Ray Jackson and said, no, there's no defense for that, and he's right. About 24 feet out.
At least. That ties it at 30.
Yeah, that was all the range you'd need to see if you were here to scout him.
Jimmy King can say he still hasn't scored on me today.
Well, he didn't score on the defense that time. That was beyond defensive range.
Under 2 minutes to go, first half. It's been a tight one throughout. Now to beat the shot clock, Jackson. He's been their best player in recent weeks.
Really had a solid performance. Here comes Snow again, putting that head down.
And Respert flying through, missing the layup. Back out. Garcia, beautiful pass.
Taylor's on the floor, but they can't stop the game. They ought to stop it right now. There it is.
Taylor got hit in the head.
And Respert hurt his knee with all that activity. Now, the rule for referees, if a man has a chance to be injured, you have the right to stop the game. There's when Respert went down. He doesn't look like he's hurt at this point. Taylor on the floor. There's Taylor. Now let's see what happens to Respert. Does he come down on somebody's leg?
Respert limped to the Spartan bench.
Taylor, a tough kid, so.
Meanwhile, just a moment ago, Gerard Ward was taken to the Michigan locker room.
But Jim,
carried to the locker room.
Yeah, it looked like he had a cramp. That had nothing to do with that last play, but he looks like he's in some pain right there. You have Taylor still down on the floor. And one of the things that Judd is talking to the referee about, but they were caught in a catch-22 situation there. You have Michigan State operating with the ball, so you don't want to create an injury to stop the clock there so that they can't operate with the ball in scoring position. On the other hand, if a guy has an opportunity as a referee, he can stop the game at his decision if he feels somebody's going to get hurt. And now we see Respert walking off.
Billy, we've got a tight shot here. Bob Fishman, Bob Degas back in the truck. Watch a foot come down and get twisted a little bit. It's the foot belonging to Respert. Right here. Sir.
Oh, yeah. Yep. We can see it right here.
There, Billy.
Yep. So that was a situation where the referees wanted to allow the action to continue since Michigan State did have advantage with the ball. And there is Respert going into the locker. Now we've got 3 walking wounded in the locker room.
Taylor also going in.
Yep. Well, we don't see any blood on the floor, so it looks like he just took one heck of a whack on the side of his head.
No, this is Paul. I know you don't know him, but I'm going to leave him with you.
All right, Jim.
Came here 32-30 Michigan with 1:26 to go first half.
35 seconds back of the shot clock. And now it won't be a matter of where they get the points from. Nice steal.
Conlon reached in to take it away. Mitchell to the hole. And a reach-in foul outside on Snow.
Probably a pretty good foul, Jim, because that was an easy basket for Mitchell.
Saved a certain dunk. Pennzoil at the half. Coming up with Andrea Joyce. An interview that, Billy, you had yesterday with Coach Heathcote.
Terrific tribute today to Judd. Got a nice TV set to go with the lounge chair that he got from Indiana. I think all coaches around the country really enjoy Judd's company and obviously what he's brought to college coaching.
Hold outside.
And he's starting to bang his head now. That one of his favorite gestures to smack his own head. I don't know how he gets away without hurting himself. He really goes after him.
Can't afford another injury in this one. It's 2 on Snow. And we have a minute to go in the first half.
Njai made a jumper there last time. So Garavella decides to go out with him.
Jackson can't get it to drop. And Weathers has it for Michigan State.
Michigan has done a fine job today stopping the offensive transition baskets that Snow generates by pushing the ball up the floor. Everybody really concentrating on running back. Something they worked on yesterday in practice.
Basket drops. They call it on Brooks. They take the basket away.
Both officials looked at each other. I'm not so sure they would have agreed that was the call. Njai comes over and steps in. I don't think he was planted.
That's 3 on Brooks.
I would have said that was a defensive foul.
All right, Michigan to keep it for the final shot of the half.
And a basket. Big play there, Jim. 2 seniors out here having a little discussion.
Yeah, Ray just
and smiling.
Yeah, cutting up.
Little 1-4 set. Jimmy King out top, tough to handle.
Corner 5-3. Yes.
Beautifully executed.
Snow at the buzzer. No, they say it wouldn't have counted anyway. So 3 players had to go to the locker room with injuries. A wild first half here. Michigan goes to the locker room with its largest lead of the half. It's Michigan 35 and Michigan State 30. Andrea Joyce will be along from New York with Pennzoil at the half after this message and a word from your local station.
to come, you'll be able to say that when Aurora was ready to go, so were you. See what happens when you demand better? Aurora by Oldsmobile.
This is CBS.
Auto painting, bodywork, sooner or later you need it. That's why Mayo paints cars. That's why Mayo does bodywork. We do things fast and right. That's why Mayo's #1. Right now, get up to 4 hours of body labor. Repair dents, dings, rust, corrosion, scratches, and scrapes. Add a high-gloss Mayo Presidential Paint Finish. All yours right now for only $349. Body labor and a great Mayo finish, all for one low price. Call Mayo now. Auto painting and bodyworks. Mayo, more for less, always.
Tom Collins presents the Campbell Soups 1995 tour of World Figure Skating Champions. See the world's best. Oksana Bayul, Brian Boitano, Surya Bonali, Victor Petrenko, Elvis Stoica, Michelle Kwan, Philippe Candeloro, and more. Don't miss the Campbell Soups 1995 tour of World Figure Skating Champions.
Coming to Target Center. Tickets on sale now at box office and Ticketmaster outlets. Call 989-5151.
A sneak peek at St. Paul's future look, Monday.
CBS Sports presents Pennzoil at the Half, sponsored by Pennzoil. Now with the Pennstar molecule, Pennzoil works like liquid ball bearings.
And that's the South Street Seaport here in New York City. And welcome to another edition of Pennzoil at the Half. Hello again, everyone. I'm Andrea Joyce. Once again, our halftime score out in Ann Arbor. Michigan leads Michigan State by 5. Several injuries in the game, including Respert and Ward. We will try to update you on that situation as soon as possible. Right now, let's fire up the at the half scoreboard for you. Starting with the Big East matchup you saw here earlier on CBS. It was Georgetown falling to Villanova 66-60. John Thompson watched Villanova get off to a quick start. Junior sensation Kerry Kittles takes the alley-oop pass and jams it through. Wildcats led by 17 at halftime, but Georgetown came back in the second half. Jerome Williams will cut the Villanova lead to 4 right there. Villanova, however, hung on. Kerry Kittles salts away the Wildcat victory with the 3-point goal.
It was a great job by our kids. You know, they came back in the second half, but it's Georgetown. We played a little bit more man-to-man defense than we thought we would, but whatever happened, as long as you win, it works out.
So Villanova makes it 3 in a row against Georgetown. Also today, number 8, Maryland is leading NC State 60-49 in the second half. Missouri and Oklahoma State in Stillwater today. It's Oklahoma State leading Missouri 43-36. The Oklahoma State faithful all wired up early on. It was Bryant Big Country Reeves doing damage inside for the Cowboys. That was just 2 of his 12 first half points. And from the outside for OSU, Randy Rutherford knocks down 1 of his 3 first half 3-pointers as the home team controlled the game early on. Oklahoma State going for its 13th straight victory at home. Elsewhere today in Knoxville, it was number 24 Florida over Tennessee. And at Madison Square Garden this afternoon, St. John's is leading Pittsburgh early on in the first half. And a quick reminder that coming up next, CBS Ion Sports will bring you 2 outstanding hours of skating and skiing with world-class performances by the legends of the ice and snow. Up in the Swiss Alps, America's leading downhillers will try to copy Bill Johnson's '84 victory at Wengen.
Johnson is losing it. You almost lost it right there. He's off the course. He's on the course again.
And from reckless abandon to graceful precision, you'll see the best of the best in the Northwestern Mutual Life World Team Skating Championship. It's all next on The Eye. And Ion Sports will give you your first chance to see Kyle Rasmussen follow in Bill Johnson's ski marks as he became only the 2nd American to conquer the mighty Lauberhorn. And when we come back, Michigan State mentor Judd Heathcote reflects on his 24 years as head coach. That story and more as At the Half continues on CBS right after this.
Next week is my 5th wedding anniversary. It's unbelievable how time flies.
Did you get her a present yet?
Yeah, I'm getting her a really nice washer and dryer.
Oh, come on. She'll never forgive you. You gotta get her something for her.
It is for her.
No blondes in bikinis.
Get her jewelry.
No sales pitch from the chairman.
Or vacation.
None of that is what made Heineken the #1 imported beer in America.
You think I should take her someplace special?
Definitely.
So maybe I'll take her to Cooperstown.
No.
In the new Mazda Millennia, you'll find out what a luxury car costs when you're not asked to pay for a luxury division and all that overhead. The new $26,000 Millennia from Mazda. All things come in time, including rain, snow, and ice. In the new Millennia, luxury comes with front-wheel drive to help you hold your own, no matter what. The new Millennia from Mazda.
He's impacting my life in a lot of different ways. He is interested in the students as people, commands your respect. He's accessible to the students.
My hopes and dreams are not just whims, they can become reality.
Made it seem like I was the only person that she was teaching, that my success was very important to her. Very amazing individual.
So where's the fire offer?
Where's my father? Papa, look what came. My acceptance letter to college.
College is a wonderful thing, mind
You can have a fine life here. What do you need from college?
Remember how we talked about my going away to college? I know what you're gonna say, but at college they have professors from all over the world, and it'll all help me with my wanting to be a writer. Hey, kid, what are you gonna write about?
For over 150 years, America's universities have given kids from everywhere the chance to pursue their dreams through an education. And what their dreams have given back to us is immeasurable.
So what do you think?
Well, Arthur, I think if that writing thing doesn't work out, you'll make one heck of a salesman.
Welcome back to Pennzoil at the Half. Today's game at Chrysler Arena marks the latest stop on the farewell tour for Michigan State head coach Judd Heathcote, who at 67 is the oldest coach in Division I. In a special ceremony before the game, Heathcote's Michigan rivals paid tribute to their longtime Big Ten antagonists. And last night, Billy Packer had a chance to chat with Heathcote, who coached the Spartans for the last 19 years.
Kevin, I think back of the great game in 1979 between Indiana State and Michigan State. I don't remember it as a great game. How do you remember it?
Well, I think you had the two great players of the 80s in that game, and they went on, I think, to save pro basketball or make it what it is today. And so everyone reflects back on that game, and as you say, with 4 minutes gone in the second half, we had a 16-point lead and kind of coasted to victory.
Take us to Magic. When was the time that you said this guy will be special 20 years from now?
Well, I think maybe when you watched him, you saw his charisma, but you saw his tremendous skills. And yet, I didn't form that opinion watching him in high school because he was so big for the position he played. But when I saw him play pickup games with college players, you could just see something special there.
Judd, you've had some controversial games in the NCAA tournament. How about some of the crazy ones? How about that clock situation in Kansas City?
Well, the clock stopped for 19 seconds, and of course, Kansas tied the game with 9 seconds to go, and they defeated us in overtime. And I always say, hey, we could have won in overtime, but we were exhausted. We had given it all we had, and that was a special team with Scott Skiles, and who knows how far we might have gone had the clock not stopped.
How about Scott Skiles?
Well, Scott Skiles is kind of my favorite player next to Magic Johnson because I look at him and what he did with what he has. I used to say a short, fat kid with no speed and athletic ability, that's a great basketball player. How? He had an intensity and just intestinal fortitude matched by no one. You just didn't beat Scott Skiles. He was that gutty a player.
What about this year's club, and what are their chances, Judd?
Our inside line must improve, and they haven't shown great improvement thus far in the season. For us to, you know, peak at tournament time, and that's what you would like to do, or to make a statement in the Big Ten Conference. We're about as good as 5 or 6 other teams in our conference, no better.
Judd, I know you're making somewhat of a tour now, and in this tour, some guys are giving you some presents. What was going through your mind when you went up against Bob in Bloomington and he wanted to give you a little present?
Well, I was embarrassed. I was flabbergasted. I thought I was going to get a brand new car, and all it gave me was, you know, a back-saver chair. But, you know, I kind of hate this final tour and recognition and all of that. But, you know, Bobby is special, as you know, and we've been friends for so many years. So he did something a little above and beyond what anyone expected, including myself.
Heathcote's coaching counterpart in the famous 1979 National Championship game probably could write a book, and if he did, the title of Bill Hodges' autobiography might well start with the words, "Whatever happened to?" We all know what happened to the two stars of that title game, Irvin Johnson of Michigan State and Larry Bird of Indiana State. Magic, Greg Kelser, and the Spartans captured the crown. Their coach, Judd Heathcote, stayed put, but Bill Hodges would soon vanish from the public eye. Hodges has resurfaced in Macon, Georgia, where he now coaches the Mercer University Bears.
My career went to the top, and I'll tell you that slide down's a lot faster than getting to the top, though. And, you know, when I was at rock bottom, I think I realized coaching's my life.
Rock bottom meant selling life insurance for 3 years until he got another coaching job offer.
I want to take a team back to the NCAA just to show that, hey, it's all about coaching. It's not about where you're at. It's all about getting your players to do their best.
This season, Hodges' Mercer Bears are 9-5. Quickly now, an update for you on the Michigan State injury situation. Sean Respert getting his ankle taped right now. He probably will return in the second half. Jared Ward, meanwhile, injured his right knee, probably won't come back in the second half. I'm Andrea Joyce in New York. Thanks for watching Pennzoil at the Half. Jim and Billy will rejoin us from courtside after this message and a word from your local station.
Pennzoil at the Half was sponsored by Pennzoil. Now with the Penstar molecule, Pennzoil works like liquid ball bearings.
Your new Mercedes E-Class. What will it see in its long, long life? Will it see the government finally balance the budget? Will it see hologram billboards projected in the sky? Will it see the cure for disease? Will it see Woodstock 3 hosted by Tony Bennett? And will it see the end of the 14-year-old baseball strike? Well, one thing's for sure, you'll have a nice shiny car to take your grandkids to the ballpark.
No one from the West has ever been where you'll be tonight, on alert with the men and the button that can still fire Russian missiles at the United States.
Monday.
Aw, Daddy, look at Mommy.
What could be worse than getting caught?
Mark's my shrink. You're a shrink? Dear Diary.
All new Civil, Monday.
This is CBS.
Some mountains are over 500 million years old. And while water still covers over 2/3 of them, Jeep covers the rest.
See your local Jeep and Eagle dealer for the best in automotive sales, service, and value.
Clunk, clunk, clunk. Oh. If your car's transmission is making funny noises, it's pretty difficult to diagnose it over the phone. Bring it into Kennedy Transmission for a free diagnostic test drive. Kennedy Transmission, quality repair from the experts who care. How does that sound?
Call 359-3999 with feedback on news of your choice.
CBS Sports coverage of the road to the Final Four is sponsored by Mercedes-Benz, where safety, reliability, and performance are never optional. The new Gillette Sensor XL with microfins. And by Pringles, so fresh, once you pop, you can't stop.
Michigan leads at the half behind Dugan Fife's 11 points. And Billy Packer, we have a mystery guest for you. I want you to tell me, who is this guy? He is the final piece to our puzzle every year at the Final Four, or at least for the last 9 years. Who is he?
I think it looks like Eddie Fogler, the coach of the University of South Carolina.
I'm going to give you a clue, okay? Can you tell me now? Just a little audio clue?
No, I have no idea. He's the guy that wrote the song.
You got it.
But I didn't know that.
Ding, ding, ding. We'll give it a prize. That's David Barrett, an Ann Arbor resident, man who composed and was a lyricist on One Shining Moment.
I still
Teddy
think he looks
Pendergrass
like,
sings it now.
I think he looks like Eddie Fogler. He really does, doesn't he? Come on.
There's a resemblance
Sure,
there.
without question.
Dave coming off a world tour with Art Garfunkel. Pleased to see him every time we do a game here at Michigan. We'll see him in Seattle also. Michigan at the half, shooting 45% from the field. And Respert has come back out onto the floor. He'll start the second half with the 3 points and the tender ankle.
Well, you can see how heavily it's taped up, Jim. About double the size of a normal tape job.
And a little gimpy on that shot right there, Billy.
As soon as he got up off the floor, though, he tried to walk that thing off. So he wants to play. Taylor wants to play, too. He's back in there. It was just a bump on the head, but he was on the floor a long time.
Jackson for an 8-point lead. He buries the 3. Ward still out of action. And that knee injury he suffered in the first half. Brooks.
Nice looking shot. Brooks has really been the guy that's been most instrumental today in regard to the offense now that they've shut Respert down.
And a turnover. Quick sub for the Spartans. Damon Bethea will come in for the man who hit the jumper, Brooks.
Well, I'll tell you the reason I think why he did that. I think he's coming out not for what happened on offense, but what happened on defense. It's a situation where he allowed Ray Jackson just to take that jumper right in front of his face. So they cannot afford to trade baskets. Judge's going to let him know about it in a hurry.
Away from the ball. Foul called against Jimmy King.
Now, I'm going to give Judd Heathcote some credit on that one. He hasn't been around here for 19 years for nothing. He was telling those referees at halftime, hey, they're hanging on to Respert, not allowing him to move without the ball. That was an illegal screen from behind. That's why he held him. So the old veteran coach putting some words into the minds of these referees.
And gets the quick call.
Yep.
Garavalia gives it up to Snow, spinning, foul outside on Fife. How about the first half by Dugan Fife, an unexpected 11 points?
Well, he was huge in the win over Illinois, hitting 3 straight threes, and in the first half today, he made 3 threes, and he was 4 for 4 in the first half. And as usual, the vast majority of his shots taken are threes. Today, specifically, he made every one of them.
He's already got a season high with that 11-point total. Garavalia.
Garavalia, for a man his size, Jim, has some fine moves.
Former Mr. Basketball from the state of Michigan.
Well, on this floor today, we've got a number of them, not only from Michigan, from other states as well. Jimmy King from Texas.
Taylor, turn around.
Here comes Mr. Snow. Turn around. He's coming at you.
Bouncing it in. Respert gives it up. And Fike on the follow.
And what made that again is the way Snow pushes the ball down the floor. You've got to try to slow him down at half court or before. Respert giving Fife a little bit of credit now. Jumps out on him on that 3.
Jackson in the paint, too strong. Respert cutting and looking okay with that ankle.
Tough shot.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Pure shot. Not only tough, but pure.
Yep. Now he's made 2 shots today showing he can penetrate and back out on one and then hit that long 3 early in the first half, or late in the first half.
It gives him 5 now in the afternoon. And it's a 2-point Michigan lead.
Very patient game Michigan's playing. They're not allowing Michigan State to get into that run-shoot situation they like. They're leading the Big Ten in scoring up around 85 a game, and looks like this game's going to be played at a much lower pace.
Jimmy King adds a 3.
And you know what? Snow's going to come out. And so Judd has made 2 defensive changes based on the fact that the defender did not get out and put pressure on that ball.
Respert. Oh. What a touch on that one, too.
Well, a guy who averages 25 a game is not just a shooter, he's a scorer. That was a scorer's play, not a shooter's play.
Taylor, not this time. Wouldn't be surprised, bad ankle and all, if Respert put up about 20 in this half. And they'll go to the line for a couple. I thought that one would drop.
How about the ankle on that move? He came down awful hard. The competitor here. Great change of pace on that dribble to get himself open, then elevated at the end of the shot. He's playing hurt today. He reminds me a lot of Mitch Richmond. His body style, his great range on the jump shot.
Second foul called on Taylor. A couple now coming for Respert, who made 9 threes at Indiana, a Big Ten record. He has scored 80 against Indiana the last 2 times he's played the Hoosiers.
And that was what, the all-time record for an opponent to come in to play in Bloomington too, with 40 points. Jim, what I like most about him today was not the jump shot or the drive, is the fact that he's been patient when he went a long time without scoring any points. He was still playing basketball. Good head on him. There you can see Weathers comes into the game. He gets out on that ball, doesn't he? You know exactly what Judd wanted. Look at how far Respert's coming out with fight. Taylor's got good range in that jump shot. They better get out on him. He's not afraid to put it up out there.
5 on the shot clock. Hand check called on Weathers.
Down to 3 seconds, Jim, on the 35 shot clock. So many times you see players commit that foul when really the clock becomes another one of their teammates. You just have to let the guy take a bad shot when it gets down to 2 and 3 seconds and not foul it.
Under 16 minutes to go. That timeout on the floor. Michigan by a bucket.
Gillette introduces the next revolution in shaving closeness. Microfins. And they're only on the new Sensor XL. These microfins precede the blades. As Sensor XL's spring-mounted blades adjust to your face, these soft, flexible fins gently stretch your skin, so your beard stands up for the closest, most comfortable shave. Get closer than ever before. Get the new Gillette Sensor XL.
Here's a chip that's got more ridginess. New Pringles Ridges, it's more crunchy. If crunch is what you can't resist, a Pringles Ridge is more crunch than this. Crunchy. Golden tasty crunchiness, not this bag chips greasy mess. New Pringles Ridges, it's more crunchy. Once you pop, Ridges, you can't stop.
For those whose idea of luxury is any place they can take a load off, Chevy introduces our all-new interior with the comfort of available leather, the security of an airbag, and the pleasure of power-adjustable lumbar seats. You could say these guys are sitting pretty. We just wouldn't advise it.
These guys are good.
Who are you calling guys?
Yeah.
Looks like you're in the finals. Ma'am, for the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light.
You're the defending ladies pool champion?
Yes, I am.
Dottie West. She followed her dream and became one of music's biggest stars. But the story didn't end there. Michelle Lee, the revealing true story of the incredible Dottie West, tonight.
Jim, here was one. We see the sprint shot chart. We see this ball almost out of range. I'm going to say that was a long distance shot if I've ever seen one. I'm going to put 25 feet on it. What do you think?
He meant business. Found the bottom of the cylinder in a hurry, and this sort of this one, for that matter. Little dipsy doodle.
Well, he was able to sneak right underneath Taylor there. I think it surprised Taylor because he's a pretty good shot blocker.
Michigan had an 8-point lead here in the second half. It's down to 2.
And there's that zone now. Matching up out front. Fife doing a great job today recognizing what's being done to him from a defensive standpoint and getting his team in order. You see this zone, matching up out front.
Under 10 on the shot clock. Taylor.
Sensational pass. Now that zone was set up like a 1-2-2. And what Michigan did, they set up with a 2-man front, so there was a man open in the seam underneath. Nice job by Michigan.
Eric Snow still on the bench for Michigan State. Fife uses the glass.
Well, Maceo had no reason to go out there to stop that jump shot. Had to know he was going to sneak underneath him with a pump fake.
Taylor gave it up. Baston, well, loose ball. Back to Taylor.
Jump shot.
You got it.
You know what? Jimmy King recognized the same time that I did what was coming and got out there at the last second on him. You could read that one as he crossed half court.
Quentin Brooks into the game for Garavalia. Playing for the lead in the Big Ten. How deep do you think they'll go in the Big Ten this year into the NCAAs? I know it's early.
6-7.
6-7 again?
Yeah.
Business is normal then.
Yeah, I think so. And you know, when you think about going for a Big Ten title, everybody talks about the Fab Five, but Jim, they never won a Big Ten championship.
Wouldn't it be something if King and Jackson were able to deliver one in their senior year?
You know what? That'd be interesting. Ralph Sampson, I think back at the Virginia years, and they always talk about getting the Final Four, winning a national championship. Then he didn't get there, and then the guys that followed him, they got to the Final Four the next year.
Oh, behind the back, King to Jackson.
Jim, that was the only way he could have gotten the pass there.
And Jackson had to make it to finish off a highlight play for sure.
That's not quite as good as the one J.R. Ryder threw behind his back for a basket, but pretty close. Yeah.
Brooks. Fife with the board.
Brooks was off balance on that shot, and here comes Michigan pushing the ball as hard as Michigan State normally does.
Taylor short. Wanted a foul on the arm.
He did get fouled on the arm.
Fife tried to draw the charge. Respert takes off.
Wow.
And one.
Respert got psyched up on that, didn't he?
That was an explosion. But first, Billy, the King save to Jackson.
The only way he could have made the play was to throw that ball behind his back. And there's his buddy, almost like radar. Those two would know where each other is supposed to be. Sensational play by King, and Ray Jackson finishes it off.
Shows the Fab days are still alive, but meanwhile, Respert kicks into another gear.
Jim, I think that he was annoyed that Fife tried to draw the charge on him on the outlet pass, and he put that thing into overdrive. We haven't seen that kind of quickness yet today. He just exploded.
Called the foul on Baston, his third, and three-point play. Eric Snow returns.
Boy, Judd Heathcote liked that type of effort.
Respert with 8 in the second half, 11 for the game.
Well, Snow and Brooks are back in there. Both were put down on the bench because they failed to get out on the jump shot defensively. They're back in there now, got a little rest, and should be ready for a stretch drive here.
Double figures again for Respert.
They're giving Njai the shot out front. See if he takes another jump shot. He's wide open.
Again, Michigan using most of the shot clock, bringing it under 10. Push off called against Brooks.
I think it's, well, you think so?
Against Weathers.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Weathers. That's the second one. As the clock was getting down, that time the clock was down to 5 seconds. Neither team in any kind of foul trouble. The game has been very clean in the way it's been played. Everybody's screening off.
That's a three, short. Snow. He loves to run. Wide open. Oh, Jackson had Wolverines ahead. Weathers reached in, and that's a good foul for Michigan State. A unique doubleheader Saturday from Kemper Arena. UConn and Kansas twice. UConn's women's team ranked #1 will go against 15th ranked Kansas. UConn's men's team ranked #2 against 7th ranked Kansas.
And Jim, UConn, when you start talking about a week cut out for them, they've got to play Syracuse tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
And then going on the road to Kemper to play Kansas. They come out of that still undefeated. You've got to say there's something special.
I think there's something special anyway.
4 for 4? Nope.
Michigan had made its last 4 3-point shots.
What did he do on that shot, Jimmy? He had the perfect angle. You notice how he glided to the left?
Yeah, he was drifting.
Yep, he was really drifting
straight up
shot.
with it. Jackson to the baseline, tipped up once, twice. Babston fouled underneath by Pogonowski. We're at Chrysler Arena. Tough ticket today, sold out for this one. Michigan State and Michigan meeting for the 138th time. Michigan with a decisive advantage in the history of this rivalry, but leading the 12th ranked team in the country by 1 at the moment.
Now, Jim, when you look at a couple of things about this game that are very unusual, first of all was the fact that Respert went a long time only